So let's take a look at, quick look at the macro. Like this morning, we have like relative stability, TLT, IWM, SPY, QQQ looking good. I got to tell you, when I look at a lot of these charts, let me see if, yeah, you know what? It's following this. Look at QQQ, for example. Look at that low RSI making a move back towards the 20 DMA. I'm seeing this pattern everywhere. Let's see what SPY looks like, right? But let's actually quickly look at these stocks because they are just exploding. I think I probably showed you a few of these charts at least yesterday. I think we put MU near the top 5 yesterday, but remember I pointed out the low RSIs and the reversion to the means on the key moving averages. That's continuing this morning. It was already happening before PPI, Dell, MU. I think it's a foregone conclusion you're going to hit these lines. Okay, so MU over there at 101.83. Take any one of these AI stocks you want, and it looks like they're all going to be reverting to their means near the next key moving average. And it looks like NVIDIA is already breaking that. 112.01, it's at 113 this morning, so maybe that's going to head to 120 at the 50-day moving average with still a low RSI. So that's one theme of stocks which look like they're poised to continue doing well today. It's going to be the AI bucket. So I want to have an AI play in there on NVIDIA breaking up and also like PPI. Let's just stick with MU like we've done now, you know, or maybe Dell. Dell also had a catalyst this morning. Let's see. Let me just quickly look at Dell for a second. So we're going to either pick MU as Dell. So let's see. Get this nicely diversified with 5 great picks, and then we will pick a number 1 pick. Just hang on. So Dell, $97 by Barclays. 104.75 is going to be your target, low RSI. And then we have MU. Target's going to be 101.83. So this is up 1.89%. Dell's up 3.9%. Dell target is 104.92. And I have to say, and we're 102.50 now, I have to say there's a possibility with this very low RSI, something like Dell makes a move to like 110 to 120 or so. I think I even mentioned that Monday morning. Today. Now, we have a bunch of ERs to talk about. Remember yesterday I talked about all of these charts, the big cap techs, QQQ, MU, NVIDIA. I showed you a bunch of charts and I'm like, these things just look destined to move to their moving averages. So now we have a continuation of that. So that prediction coming true here this morning, QQQ 462. Maybe that happens today. Maybe it needs CPI tomorrow for that to happen. A little bit of a gap fill ahead of that first. Like, oh, we're right basically near the gap fill at the bottom of these 3 candles right there. What is that number? 455.98. We're pretty close to there. TSSI was a blowout in my opinion. Was it 6 cents? I think it was 6 cents EPS. Okay, yeah, 6 cents EPS and very positive AI commentary. They're in a very strong growth phase. If you take 6 cents, you annualize it, that's 24 cents. If you put my rule of thumb for like how is average Joe going to react, right? Average Joe is going to do what I do. All right, so it may not sustain, but at least for initial reaction, they're going to be 6 times 424, PE of 20, 480. Now, if it's this micro cap or something like that, sometimes you can say the market has a very poor sentiment. They're not sure about sustainability. Let's put a PE of 10. But I mean, this is AI. I don't think people are gonna do a math on a PE of 10. So you take 6 times 4, 24 cents, put a PE of 20, 480. All right, and plus they're growing. So this thing's 275. Now, I thought, to me, this is the type of inflection point catalyst with PBI, and PBI didn't work out. Well, it did. I mean, it was up for, overall. But look, since the earnings report, so it's been up. But I thought PBI would move 60 to 100% over 3 days. So that didn't happen, but I'm giving the same prediction, okay?
I'm not backing down. Didn't work for PBI. Maybe it'll work for TSSI. It's AI. Okay, it does have the drawback of being a microcap and being in the OTC. So, but in any case, I think when you look at these numbers, I put a trade card out on this with a swing target of 5 plus. Okay, so I think it should re-rate to close to 5 over the span of a few days. You never know. Be careful with this if you're going to do this because trading semblance of efficiency in the pre-market to try to warm things up. All the orders are going to come in at once. You got to be really careful with this. Let's look at the levels to discuss some possibilities. All right, 362 recent high, that's a key level. 295 recent resistance, that's a key level. It's possible we get a gap open at these levels. 295, who knows, maybe even 360. And then you got to be aware of a gap fill, always possible as well, to 275. So be careful with this, how you do this. A lot depends on your time frame. Don't go all in on anything. But you got to know what your time frame is and if you're willing to hold or not. Like if I have a long-term tranche, maybe I'm willing to buy a gap up and just hold it for months. If I'm day trading, maybe I want to not go all in at the open, maybe buy a portion at the open and see if we get a gap fill. Okay, so TSSI, I think the best earnings out of all of them. What are we doing with he here? Because I'm in he. All right, I got in maybe prematurely Friday afternoon. I added more this morning, and it looks like it's definitely now breaking below. So, wow. I would say, look, if he goes to 12.25 or so, that 200 DMA, I think you pile into this thing.
Yeah, I agree.
12.25 or so, that's the 200 DMA. And then that level above, which was support, is now resistance. 13.48 could be your target. You could see a big move, a big V from 12.25 to 13, 12.25 to 13.48. 12.25 to 13.48. That could happen within the first few minutes of the market opening, in my opinion. It's a possibility. So let's take a look at, quick look at the macro. Like this morning, we have like relative stability, TLT, IWM, SPY, QQQ looking good. I got to tell you, when I look at a lot of these charts, let me see if, yeah, you know what? It's following this. Look at QQQ, for example. Look at that low RSI making a move back towards the 20 DMA. I'm seeing this pattern everywhere. Let's see what SPY looks like. Right, but let's actually quickly look at these stocks because they are just exploding. I think I probably showed you a few of these charts at least yesterday. I think we put MU near the top 5 yesterday, but remember I pointed out the low RSIs and the reversion to the means on the key moving averages. That's continuing this morning. It was already happening before PPI, Dell, MU. I think it's a foregone conclusion you're going to hit these lines. Okay, so MU over there at 101.83. Take any one of these AI stocks you want, and it looks like they're all going to be reverting to their means near the next key moving average, and it looks like Nvidia is already breaking that. 112.01, it's at 113 this morning, so maybe that's going to head to 120 at the 50-day moving average with still a low RSI. So that's one theme of stocks which look like they're poised to continue doing well today. It's going to be the AI bucket. So I want to have an AI play in there on Nvidia breaking up and also light PPI. Let's just stick with MU like we've done now. Or maybe Dell. Dell also had a catalyst this morning. Let's see. Let me just quickly look at Dell for a second. So we're going to either pick MU as Dell. So let's see. Get this nicely diversified with 5 great picks, and then we will pick a number 1 pick. Just hang on. So Dell, $97 by Barclays. 104.75 is going to be your target. Low RSI. And then we have MU. Target's going to be 101.83. So this is up 1.89%. Dell's up 3.9%. Dell target is 104.92. And I have to say, and we're on 250 now, I have to say there's a possibility with this very low RSI, something like Dell makes a move to like 110 to 120 or so. I think I even mentioned that
Monday morning. Today, we have a bunch of ERs to talk about. Remember yesterday I talked about all of these charts, the big cap techs, QQQ, MU, NVIDIA. I showed you a bunch of charts and I'm like, these things just look destined to move to their moving averages. So now we have a continuation of that. So that prediction coming true here this morning, QQQ 462. Maybe that happens today. Maybe it needs CPI tomorrow for that to happen. A little bit of a gap fill ahead of that first. Like, oh, we're right basically near the gap fill at the bottom of these three candles right there. What is that number? 455.98. We're pretty close to there.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
So let's take a look at, quick look at the macro. Like this morning, we have like relative stability, TLT, IWM, SPY, QQQ looking good. I got to tell you, when I look at a lot of these charts, let me see if, you know what? It's following this. Look at QQQ, for example. Look at that low RSI making a move back towards the 20 DMA. I'm seeing this pattern everywhere. Let's see what SPY looks like. Right, but let's actually quickly look at these stocks because they are just exploding. I think I probably showed you a few of these charts at least yesterday. I think we put MU near the top 5 yesterday, but remember I pointed out the low RSIs and the reversion to the means on the key moving averages. That's continuing this morning. It was already happening before PPI, Dell, MU. I think it's a foregone conclusion you're going to hit these lines. Okay, so MU over there at 101.83. Take any one of these AI stocks you want, and it looks like they're all going to be reverting to their means near the next key moving average. And it looks like NVIDIA is already breaking that. 112.01, it's at 113 this morning, so maybe that's going to head to 120 at the 50-day moving average with still a low RSI. So that's one theme of stocks which look like they're poised to continue doing well today. It's going to be the AI bucket. So I want to have an AI play in there on NVIDIA breaking up and also light PPI. Let's just stick with MU like we've done now, or maybe Dell. Dell also had a catalyst this morning. Let's see. Let me just quickly look at Dell for a second. So we're going to either pick MU as Dell. So let's see. Get this nicely diversified with 5 great picks, and then we will pick a number 1 pick. Just hang on. So Dell, $97 by Barclays. 104.75 is going to be your target, low RSI. And then we have MU. Target's going to be 101.83. So this is up 1.89%. Dell's up 3.9%. Dell target is 104.92. And I have to say, and we're 102.50 now, I have to say there's a possibility with this very low RSI, something like Dell makes a move to like 110 to 120 or so. I think I even mentioned that Monday morning. Today, we have a bunch of ERs to talk about. Remember yesterday I talked about all of these charts, the big cap techs, QQQ, MU, NVIDIA. I showed you a bunch of charts and I'm like, these things just look destined to move to their moving averages. So now we have a continuation of that. So that prediction coming true here this morning, QQQ 462. Maybe that happens today. Maybe it needs CPI tomorrow for that to happen. A little bit of a gap fill ahead of that first. Like, oh, we're right basically near the gap fill at the bottom of these 3 candles right there. What is that number? 455.98. We're pretty close to there.
Welcome everyone to Story Trading. Actually, hold on. I gotta do something. I gotta do this again. Wait. We gotta play our intro. Ready, set, go. Good morning. It's Friday, August 16th. It's Story Trading VIP pre-market prep. Got a special show for the public today from 9 a.m. all the way to 11 a.m. We do this every single morning, at least 9 to 9:30 a.m. For our Discord community. You can join us at storytrading.com/Discord. For today, special show. We're going to go through our pre-market prep like we normally do. Then we're going to stay on for the open. We have a CEO interview at 10 a.m. That's with GameSquare, the company that bought FAZE, F-A-Z-E. And then we're going to go back to live trading. We may have a couple special guests helping us out with the trading throughout the morning. So let me just start for those of you who are not familiar with Story Trading, what we do. At Story Trading, we have a unique way of trading. We're not technical traders. We're not fundamental investors. We're not headline traders. We're not sentiment traders. We believe that markets are efficient. And when you look at a chart, every major move up, down has a story behind it that is a reflection of market efficiency. It's a reflection of all opinions in the market. And it pays to understand what's causing that price, what's causing that overvaluation, what's causing that undervaluation. We do that by looking at catalysts, sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals. These are the four pillars. If you look at all the four pillars, it brings an understanding to why the price is where it's at. But more importantly, it tells you that yesterday's price was the correct price. And when you have a delta of information, you're going to have a delta in price. And that's the way we trade at Story Trading. And it enables us to catch rapid re-ratings very quickly, oftentimes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% moves in a matter of hours or days. Okay. So when we do our pre-market prep, let's start here. We start with a macro overview, and I'll show you in a few minutes how this all translates into execution ideas within our Discord. So macro overview, we've been on top of this all week long. Incredible calls. If you're with us a few minutes ago, you saw the replays from Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, where we're pounding the table on a reversion to the mean, particularly on the major indices and the AI stock. So from Monday morning, we're telling you Dell is making a move to the 200 DMA and likely will break it because of the low RSI. Back on Monday morning, when this thing was like in the 80s, we gave you a target of up to 120 on Dell. Same thing we're giving you on MU all week long, pounding the table, reversion to the mean, and it happened right there. And now we're above those key averages. Same thing with NVIDIA. We're on top of all of these every morning, all week long, including the macro analysis on the indices on QQQ. Reversion to the mean, now breaking it on that good jobs data, good economic data yesterday. IWM, a little more sketch about. IWM, I've been telling people we may get blocked at 213.46. What did we get blocked at? Yes, was the high yesterday, 213.10. All right, a little bit worried about this because of the good economic data last couple of days and TLT moving down, meaning interest rates may not be as favorable for the small caps as you would like. So earlier this week, we were telling you the way to play the major indice moves, the money flow moves, is QQQ and big cap AI. So that's the macro look, right? Now, relatively stable. I would say we've had a crazy run this week, so be careful. Probably time to, over the weekend, get into some cash positions, maybe sell some covered calls here and there in the right places. But as far as the big cap tech stocks go, we still have Dell, MUI, two favorite AI stocks. I think that they didn't report yet. Dell is next week. I think MU is a couple weeks after that. So still very low RSIs, good valuations on Dell and MU. I think these can easily make a move towards the 50 DMA in a swing perspective. I'm not saying today, it's very possible. I mean, we've been calling a swing on this every single morning, and every single morning it's kept going up all week long on Dell and MU. So I wouldn't be surprised if the moves in Dell and MU continue today. All right. Now, that's the macro perspective. Then what we do, all right, we take a look at individual catalysts and pick stocks for the day. Oh, my gosh, would you look at this? Last night, we already picked two stocks to focus on last night. Wow. Those two stocks were EBS and Rocket Labs, okay? Look at EBS, up 14% this morning, nearing our target. Look at Rocket Labs up 6%, already at target one. Let me just show you how that looks within our community, how we communicate these trade ideas to you. Or am I going to do this? This is, where did my Discord go? I gotta move it over here. Do you guys? Oh no, you don't see it yet. Okay. How about now? Yeah, there. Okay. So Discord on top of the chart. Okay, so here we go. So what we have here are 4-pillar pick ideas. All right. All right. So these are 4-pillar pick ideas. These are the official trade cards on Rocket Labs and EBS. I said last night these are probably going to be the top 2 picks of the day. So I wrote the official write-up this morning at 11, and 7:30 a.m. But in our chat room here, everyone got fair warning last night that EBS and Rocket Labs are going to be the top 2 picks of the day. There it is. The EBS Rocket Lab top list of tomorrow. All right. So anyway, let's look at what that means and why we picked EBS and Rocket Lab. So we get our 4-pillar picks. All right. What we do, we come up with this trade idea base. We start with the catalyst. We interpret the impact of catalyst on sentiment. We interpret it on fundamentals. And then only then we look at technicals and come up with a price target. Same thing with Rocket Lab. So I'm not going to read through this. Let me just explain it off the top of my head. All right, so one of the themes this week was monkeypox, all right? And we've been playing monkeypox over the years, not the first time. I'm very familiar with SIGA. For years, I've been listening to their conference calls. I know that this is the company that most directly benefits from monkeypox. Now, we had a day trade in this the other day, this day, on August 14th. We didn't swing it, which turned out to be beautiful. Let me get rid of this here. Hold on, make that a little bit better. Okay, so we had a nice trade in SIGA. It actually made us green for the day. This one trade on SIGA didn't hold it overnight. Then bad news came out for SIGA. That morning when SIGA was down 30%, I said, I think the money is going to move into EBS. All right, EBS at the time was how much was it? It was somewhere down. It was like 6. I think it was down here actually. Yeah, it was around 644 because this was the pre-market drop. Was this yesterday? Yeah, it was around, let's see, today is 8:16. So this was 8:15 in the morning pre-market. Okay, it was right here. I guess it was around 740, 745 when we gave the alert. EBS to benefit from market rotation out of SIGA into EBS after the bad trial data came out for SIGA. Now, the Godfather already alerted us to EBS being a potential monkeypox play. I didn't like it at first because SIGA's the leader, but once SIGA had bad data as the leader, I said, okay, now we're moving to EBS because EBS there's a lot of like crappier monkeypox plays out there, but this company is a legitimate company. They have a smallpox vaccine. They're pending approval on a monkeypox vaccine. They have revenue. They have a respectable market cap, like $450 million. So EBS, we made that the pick. And guess what the target was that we gave you? Target was, we're going to break through the 50 DMA. See, we're not technical traders. We're not like, oh, let's see if it breaks through the 50 DMA first. We're like, no, man, we're front-running psychology. We understand the events that causes the technicals, all right? So he said, we're going to break through the 50 DMA, particularly because the RSI was very low, and our target is the 20 DMA up here at the top of this candle, which is $10.28. Wow, already this morning, up 14%, hit 996, this morning. Well, we'll see. I have a pre-market sell order near our target, but I also have options. A lot of people in our community got options on EBS yesterday. Also, credit to Godfather helping us out, finding contracts for that. But today, one of our 2 top picks already exploding. All right. Now, before we go to our second top pick of the day, let me tell you about TSSI. TSSI was our number 1 pick of the day yesterday, up 18%. It was great. Okay. It didn't beat ASTS, which the Godfather was right on like the last several days. Godfather is a collaborator in our community and content contributor in our community. And he was all over this before earnings, after earnings, the squeeze into the close yesterday. He's like, ASTS. I was having a little competition with him. I'm like, I'm coming for you with TSSI. All right, we had a great day, but we didn't match ASTS, up 50%. TSSI, this has been a swing for us, a core long-term holding for us. I increased my position by 4-fold at the open on TSSI. My trade account was up 16% because of that. Liquidated the trade account at the end of the day. But my long-term position was 3x by the end of the day. 3x because I added more to the long-term position. So TSSI, our number one pick of the day yesterday, worked out up 18%. And this is still going to stay in our top 5. So what we try to do is give you 3 to 5 top stocks every day. Sometimes happens once in a while where we just have one, or sometimes we don't have any. We're like, just stay clear of the market today. But we try to give you 3 to 5 top stocks. So TSSI, number one yesterday, going to be again in the top 5 today because I'm sticking with my thesis of several days in a row of open green candles. That's what I predicted yesterday. Several days in a row of open green candles. And my first target was 362. I thought we had a chance of hitting it yesterday. We didn't. So maybe today's the day we hit 362. There's OTC stock. You can't trade it in pre-market. Okay, now our second, another pick of the day here. Okay, this is an ASTS kind of sympathy play, Rocket Labs. So I wrote a trade card on this, and man, was it a beautiful trade card. After I wrote the trade card, I bought more. Oh, look, we're up on it nicely. So in any case, actually, I have to look at this because this is a beautiful trade card. Where'd it go? All right, let's see. Let's go to our Discord. Rocket Labs, ready? So I have a time frame of data swing, target 614 to 805, last trade 606, or like 625 now. But last night I was telling you guys, like in the 550s, 560s, 60s, and after hours, I gave you a 614 initial target already then. So what's the catalyst? ASTS had the short squeeze, okay, after the recent positive Rocket Labs ER. That's the catalyst. The catalyst is the ASTS short squeeze. Why? Because now space plays are in vogue. Now people are going to be looking for other space plays, and everyone will be chasing the next space-related short squeeze after the mother of all short squeezes yesterday in ASTS. That's the sentiment now behind Rocket Labs, and it's a very, very strong, powerful sentiment to drive stock price. But not only that, like I wouldn't do it on a shitco. I want to do it on strong companies with strong fundamentals. Now, I'm not an expert in the fundamentals of Rocket Labs, but I can tell you I'm in touch with a lot of expert fundamental analysis, growth investors, value investors, both privately and in different communities. I'm on panels at Wolf Financial Spaces, and a recurring theme over and over and over again is Rocket Labs, awesome, good fundamentals, they're inflecting. I never really looked at it too much. Now, I took the last conference call transcript, ran it through a particular prompt that I've developed over the last couple of weeks in AI, and came out with a very nice summary of their last earnings report. Ran that through our collaborator, the Godfather knows, and he agreed this looks like inflection happening in Rocket Labs. Not only that, we have 50 million shares short, and yesterday there was massive volume on the $6 calls expiring today. So either big money is trying to squeeze this today, or maybe it's just the collective retail that's trying to squeeze this, okay? So now let's take a look at the chart and the technicals here on Rocket Labs. I lost it again. Where's my Webull? There we go. Okay, now I'd like to use daily charts for this. So daily charts here, I keep my technical analysis very simple, and it works. I think it works much better than drawing your own lines. I think it works much better than Fibonacci analysis. Basically, a few simple concepts. Previous resistance is now support. Previous support is now resistance. 20, 50, 200-day moving averages, RSI. And then we look at candle resistance. That's a key one, and it's beautiful. It works very well. So once you kind of break, like this one here, you break this candle here, right? This is 584. Well, what's next? You go back in the chart and you're like, okay, this candle's not 614. All right, that works so well, I got to tell you. All right, so that was our first target, 614. Next target, you break that. What do you see next? Where to peak after that? Up here, right there. You see that? Right here, this candle. So that's our next target, 660. All right, first two targets on Rocket Labs, 614, 660. What do you see after that? After that, to me, it's, well, you can maybe make a case for this one, but, actually, I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I just know it like the back of my hand. I'm looking at this and I'm like, the next candle, not that one. It's this one up here. Okay. I don't know why, but you'll see 805. Okay. This one you can just ignore. There must be a science behind it. I haven't somehow figured out. But anyway, these are the levels. So 614, 660, you break 660 and 660, boom, you can make a move over there to about $8. Those are the targets on Rocket Labs. Now, I secured part of my position for a swing / long term because of the strong fundamentals and potentially the good sentiment around ASTS, that things are inflecting in this sector, can be more. I also have an allocation for long term. It may take days to break this $8. It may take weeks, or it's even possible it does it today because of that crazy 50% move yesterday in ASTS. It is possible. So 614, 660, and then Sky Blue possible 805 for today. But I have that more in mind for my swing position. So Rocket Labs, EBS. All right, these are our top 2 trades for the day. We'll order them in just a few seconds. TSSI, we're going to put in there again a third time. We're not going to chase ASTS today. Mu and Dell, I have no particular reason to say today is good. I just been telling you these are the swings, all right? I put Dell in the top 5 every day this week, and that was a good idea. So I might as well do it again, all right? The swing time frame looks great. This candle breakout looks great. The RSI is still low. Why not? It'll be in our top 5, but because I don't have a strong catalyst like I do with the rest of these, it's not going to be the top pick. Let's move on down over here. I think I'm going to throw Zim up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think that'll be it. This will be the 5th one. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so the 5th one is Zim. We have an open trade card on Zim. This was more of a war trade at the time, a potential war with Iran and Israel and the Houthis and blocking the Red Sea. That's a nice, like, almost at this point, a fundamental tailwind. It's a sentiment thing, but that's keeping prices elevated for shipping in the Red Sea. And the rates have been elevated for far longer than anyone anticipated, which has kept the earnings really good for Zim. Zim reports Monday morning. So I'm changing this from a sentiment war play, like, oh my gosh, any day war can break out and the Houthis are going to go crazy, to let's hold on to this for earnings. So I'm prepared to hold Zim for earnings. I gave an update in our 4-pillar trade room on that trade card that we're extending this trade idea into earnings on Monday morning. I also added it to our model portfolio a couple days ago. I also have it in my retirement account long-term. This is just really cheap. I'm expecting blowout earnings. You could get a special dividend as well. We'll see. I think the long-term outlook, it's been not great for this sector, but they've been wrong. Quarter after quarter, they've been waiting for these shipping rates to drop. They're not dropping. They're being sustained. So things are looking good for Zim. There may be an ER anticipation run today. So we'll see, but not the top pick of the day. So Zim and Dell, not the top picks of the day. We'll leave them there in positions 4 and 5, however you want to do that. I don't think it matters too much. Top picks are EBS, Rocket Labs, and TSSI. All right. With that, we're going to try to order this. I'm gonna get some help from my colleague Rhett. Rhett, you ready back there on the backstage? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right. I'm going to bring it on Rhett. Rhett, good morning. How you doing?
Morning, Ben. How's it going?
Pretty good. We've had a wild, very accurate week of predictions, so I'm always happy when that happens.
Oh, yes.
Now, let's see. Maybe I can use. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. Let me just check because. Okay, I'm not going to tell you exactly where my sell order is, but EBS. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I think I'm asking too little for my call options at the open. Maybe someone's got to help me out. We'll get to that in a second. So, I mean, what are we going to say about the top pick? Because our top picks were EBS and Rocket Labs, and if you were part of our Discord, you're benefiting from that right now. There we go. All right, I sold some at 1025. Actually, I sold my entire common share position right now at 1025 from like whatever entry. I don't know, like at least a couple dollars lower. Just yesterday afternoon, I got call options left on EBS. So, but what are we going to do with this? I think I have to make Rocket Labs the top pick, Brett.
Yeah, definitely. I agree because, I mean, it just blew past my level. I mean, it's at 1030 now. My level that I had was 1028. And
that's exactly where we're at. So 1028, yeah. Look, monkeypox is going to be freaking crazy today. And part of the thesis, the reason that we said that this thing's going to go, I've had so much experience with this. And first of all, when you have like a viral outbreak, it always gets worse before it gets better. Not only that, on a Friday, the media loves to scare people on a Friday before a weekend. And everyone just loves to scare themselves. So you're going to see lots of crazy articles about monkeypox today. I'm serious. You're laughing, Rhett, but like this is how the world works. That's also why I like geopolitical plays on a Friday, like Friday morning into Friday afternoon. Like if there's like anything going on with war, like gold, Zim, in this case, EBS. So EBS hitting our target right now because it's hit our target. Look, there's always a possibility this thing goes crazy. But how can I, when we choose the number one pick of the day, we try to give you something that's going to be good at the 9:30 a.m. opening price. So for that reason, I think I got to go Rocket Labs. Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to mark these levels because the other
So what do
levels.
you, it sounds like you agree with Rocket Labs over EBS at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because of the pre-market price action, we got no choice but to
Exactly.
flip these around. So like EBS, so where I'm out of it here at 1025. That was beautiful. Oh, maybe some guy, I could use some help. What are these options going to be priced at? Let's see. So I bought yesterday, I bought the September $10 calls for September $10 calls for $1.10.
The
$1.10. Yeah. September 10th. Didn't you tell me your broker has some kind of tool to estimate the opening price? So I bought these September.
for on EBS.
Yeah. I put a sell. What's that?
I'm not seeing it on this one. All I see is September 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you
September
said?
20th.
Okay.
Yeah. They only have monthlies. So yeah. So I put an order to sell half here at 220 at 100% gain. But first of all, I'm thinking maybe I should sell all of it at the open because it's hit our target. Maybe I'm going to do that. But what
they're
price? Yeah.
We're looking at them opening up probably around $1.80-ish.
That's it. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they could be a lot more, but that's the estimate on it right now. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there were not really good options on that one. It was tough, that one. So, all right. I'm going to put some orders in here. Hopefully, I can sell all of these EBS calls at the open. So maybe a little distracted right at 9:30, editing some prices here. But in any case, all right, we got to go Rocket Labs. Topic of the day. Look at this thing soaring. I have a 25% position. Oh my gosh, this thing is beautiful too. So we're at 638. What were the targets I put up in our Discord? 660 is the next one. Yeah.
Yep.
660. This is Rocket Lab's going to be crazy today. So Rocket Lab's number one pick. EBS, I can't make it number two anymore. Let's put it number three. We'll see if there's pullback opportunities. I mean, what would be beautiful is a gap fill from yesterday's close. Or yesterday's high, actually. Yesterday's high was 896. So maybe we get lucky and we can buy some EBS 896. Oh, there was a little Shitco. Let's see how that's doing. Was it TNXB? Which one was the Shitco this morning? Yeah. Okay. So if you're into Shitcos, I actually bought a little. It's not working out as like an option. They had some news on monkeypox vaccine. So yeah, I'm probably going to lose my money on that. And I warned people, very small size. I treated it like an option. So in any case, maybe that'll have a move at some point. But I think we're going to focus on the leaders. So yeah, if EBS does a gap fill here, or we can look for other support levels throughout the day, I can maybe get back into EBS. But I think the focus for the community is going to be Rocket Labs with a 660 target. And TSSI, I think this is going to do another big open green candle today. So I'm going to go Rocket Labs number one, TSSI number two. Well, EBS was really like the number one pick, and it already worked out. We already exited that. We got to mark that. Oh yeah, we got to take credit for that one. We gave a great entry yesterday and it hit 1025. That's crazy. What was the high on EBS this morning? 1047. Blue. Yeah, nice. Hit our target perfectly. Okay. So going to be a rocket. It's 9:25 a.m. All right. So what we're going to do here, this is tough. We usually don't do live trading at 9:30. There's a comment. If you guys have questions, go ahead, throw them in.
News out
on Rocket Labs. News out on Rocket Labs. Rocket Labs ships twin satellites to launch site for NASA Mars mission. I mean, people are going to be like, this sounds like ASCS. This is the same shit, guys. Let's run this 50%. This is going to be the craziest pick today, guys. I'm telling you. Okay, so there'll be a little bit hard. Like, usually my show is super polished, like you saw at the beginning, 9 to 9:15. I'm good at that. I'm polished. It's fun. All right. I'm like a little news anchor. Mini Jim Cramer here, guys. All right. But anyway, now it's not going to be smooth. At 9:26, we're going to be busy trading. Rhett, chime in whenever you want. But we're going to take this. What's that?
I said, sounds good.
Yeah, we're going to take this to 11 a.m. But at 10 a.m., we're going to bring in a CEO CEO interview of GameSquare, and then we're going to go back to our live trading, and maybe the Godfather will join us later. I gave him the studio link. I'm sure he's busy putting on trades ready to open, as we are. So hang out here. Don't expect any polished commentary because both of us are dealing with some trades here this morning. Are you looking at any options for Rocket Labs, or it's kind of too late to buy that at the open? Looking for a pullback? What are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to see what it opens at, and then I'm going to go from there for it. So we'll see, because it may be pretty expensive right here at the open.
Yeah, if you see something, call out. If you see something, let's call out at the, I have to be honest with you. Let's look at the prices at the open. I might want to get in something. I can't do, my broker doesn't allow 0 DT options, which is fine. I'm happy they don't, even though once I made like 400,000 in a day back at E-Trade where they did allow it. But in any case, I'm at Fidelity. Right now, I'm money. So I don't want to take risks on 0 DT.
Man, I tell you what, those ASTS contracts yesterday, the 31s, they went from...
I still covered calls on ASTS yesterday.
Oh my. They went from $10
I'm losing my ASTS today.
32% return.
I sold like the $25 calls at $1. I was like, yeah, I'm getting a great exit on ASTS. And then I'm like, ah.
And that thing just skyrocketed.
Right.
Oh, man.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So what I'm going to here. Rocket Labs. Okay. I'm going to get ready to buy some Rocket Labs. So I got to go to next week. I can't do this week with my broker, as I said. What are we opening at? 6 to 650. Man, they're going to be expensive.
You know what else I was thinking about too? Is Virgin Galactics too.
Oh yeah. You know what? You're right. I don't have time to look at all of them. It's just Rocket Labs is always in my ear, and people texting there's a lot of long-term believers in Rocket Lab. Like they got a fanatical base of investors like that. Really, it's growing. Like kind of that Palantir feel. Rocket Labs has that mojo going on. They do, which is why that one came to my mind first.
Yeah, Virgin Galactics has gotten beaten down quite a bit recently.
All right, 929. I also want to see if maybe I can get into TSSI again today, but I think I'm just going to stick. I have like a close to 10% position in TSSI. Very high chance it hits 360 today, but let me see. Hold on. Maybe I could on another screen. All right, let me see. Okay, TSSI. Okay, let's see if that goes. Okay, okay. So we're opening now. Oh, what happened with my EBS? I want to check that too. Come on.
Down.
Oh, EBS options isn't open yet. All right, so next week is what I'm looking at. Rocket Labs. 650 for 35 cents at the midpoint sounds like it could be interesting to me. I'm just going to get a starter position. Very small. Just so in case it explodes, I don't have FOMO. It didn't fill at 35. Did the thing just explode? Why? What the heck? August 23rd. Oh, it just... The thing... What the heck just happened? Oh, I got 40 cents. What? I got 37 cents. All right. So I got next week 650, 37 cents. Here's a buy the dip opportunity right now in TSSI. Let's see where the support levels are. Well, right here, you got this little gap right here, the low of that 305. I don't know if it's going to hit that fundamental so strong here. I think you can buy the dip here on TSSI. ASTS green again. Can you believe it? There we go. TSSI quickly went green. I got into some TSSI at 327. This is not like a rapid day trade situation. It moves relatively slowly. It's not very liquid. I'll be holding that for a few hours till the end of the day, maybe. Now, EBS. All right, let's see what's going on with those EBS calls. Oh, it's still not open? EBS options. I'm in September. Wait, I see prices here. What the heck is going on? They're all zero volume. $10 calls 130 by 135. Saying in my platform, it's saying bid is 0 by 0 on EBS. I don't know what's going on. Come on. I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm trying to see. About the Rocket Lab.
Yeah, I see. I'll get to that chart in a second. I'm trying to close out my EBS call options at up 17%. It's not cooperating. All right. Let's keep that Rocket Labs chart up here. TSSI, look at that. Any dip can be bought, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we get 362 today. All right. I'm still not showing a bidder ask. What the heck is this? And now EBS is at 1033. I don't understand why my options are not closing.
Let me check on here.
Or 1042. Come on. Oh, okay. I filled. It did. I filled almost for 100% gain at 215 from 110 entry. So almost got 100% on EBS. Yeah, and in my other account, let's see. I'm all out EBS now. Okay. Beautiful. Actually, I have some TLT. I just got to check TLT real quick. I got some leftover TLT calls. Let me just sell these while they're in the money. Expire today. Okay, that's done. All right, let's head back over to... All right, now let's head back over to our top list. Rocket Labs, that's our focus. EBS, what a freaking home run. It's above our target now, above the 20 DMA. Yeah, you know, I'm sure if this goes to like 12 today, we'll have some FOMO, but I'm not going to chase it. Did you play EBS at all, Rhett?
I did. I already sold mine. Sold mine in pre-market. And then I picked up some the Rocket Lab. Picked up some 0 DTE contracts on that.
Risky. I don't do 0 DTE. They're fun, but you know, it's also gambling. Good luck. All right.
Got a good entry. Got a good entry on it though.
Oh, yeah, nice EBS. All right, TSSI. Yes, gunning there on TSSI. EBS pulling back. We'll just watch that. If there's a big drop, like to the 50 DMA, like maybe I'll be interested. Let me know if it goes some $9. Okay, Rocket Labs. What's the volume like on TSSI? That was a nice little turnaround, huh? Oh, it's only 25K so far? No, this is going to be fun. I'm tempted to buy more, to tell you the truth. It's like probably the best risk reward on the market that I know of right now. And can you believe ASTS up 5%? Just got an alert. Where is it? Let me throw this at the top just so I can monitor it. At the least, this will be a tailwind. It'll be a tailwind for Rocket Labs. So I'm tempted to buy more Rocket Lab call options. Did you get into any Rocket Lab call options yet?
Yeah, I did. I picked a few up. I'm up 30% on them.
Oh, look, I'm up already.
45-cent entry. Now they're 55 by 60 cents.
Wow, this thing is just exploding still.
What is?
ASTS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up near the high of day.
If it explodes too much, it could have a negative effect on Rocket Labs.
Yeah.
I like to see the rotation, right? It's like, all right, this play's done. Let's now all move our money to the secondary sympathy plate. Now, if they're exploding together, if that explodes too much, it could be a problem. People are like, what? Like, let me go back into ASTS. What am I doing in Rocket Labs? Potential issue there. Let me just back to 5. I can't believe I'm losing my ASTS shares to a covered call at like $26 after the premium, and now it's $33. The Godfather totally nailed this yesterday. It's like, this thing's gonna squeeze. Zim having a strong day here in our top 5.
Wow, look at Palantir go.
Earnings anticipation run. Palantir is a long-term pick for us in our model portfolio. I think I added it finally. Did I? To check. Let me check our model portfolio. Story trading. Model portfolio. Yeah, finally we added Palantir to the long-term. Oops. That's the model portfolio. Oops. Quit teams. I lost you. Where are you? There you are. Okay. All right. Yeah, look at Pound. Oh, look at Sega. Oh, wow. Monkeypox is so in play that they don't care about the bad data from Sega. Was there news on Sega today? Wow, I didn't even realize. So let's just move this. So that's why if Sega is going to go up 20%, yeah, for sure. That's why EBS did it. So we got Sega and EBS, the monkeypox plays over here. Out of monkeypox plays now, except for a little bit of this Shitco. We'll throw this up here. So they had some news this morning that they're going to be pursuing next step in monkeypox vaccine research or whatever. So 3 monkeypox plays, then we have our ASTS and Rocket Labs. Where did Palantir go? Palantir is in my recent. Is there news on Palantir, or that's just a continuation?
I haven't checked for news or anything on that yet.
All right, here we go. So Rocket Labs, I think I might add more on this move. Let's see what I got. So 660 is our next target. I'll probably take some off the table there. See, I'm up 32% on the call options, maybe a little bit more actually. Now, the account I'm in right now, I can't day trade. It's a retirement account. I'm having issues, so I get 1 exit. I'm trying to get the day trading back. It's because I had like some sort of 90-day restriction. I don't know, but like by next Thursday, I should be able to day trade again. So that's why, like, it might make sense for some people, folks here, to take profits quicker. Like, if I was able to day trade, I'd take some off the table right now. And Rocket Labs up 35% on the call options. But because I get 1 exit, I'm just moderating my size. Got smaller size, and I'm waiting for the day to pass. Oh my gosh! Did you see what happened in TSSI?
No.
Yeah, shot up to like 350. So I got a 362 target on that. 362. All right. Great. That's our number 3 pick of the day. There we go. Sega. EBS, the strongest. Wow, look at EBS. Wow. I should have kept those call options, huh? Oh my gosh. All right. Maybe this will bleed over into our little lotto TNXP. All right. So most interested, even though I'm jumping around, I'm really most interested in Rocket Lab still. This is my potential home run for the day. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Wow, these I'm averaging up a little bit on these call options. And
You are?
yeah. Yeah, like I said, I only get one exit, so I'm starting a small size. I'm playing. It's kind of like a swing to 3 p.m. Let's say, right?
Yeah.
I have no choice because I can't day trade right now.
Yeah, I took a pretty small position, but I mean, it was only a
Fidelity.
25% position, but that
Even
position's
though I
up
have like,
to
and
65.
it's not because I don't have 25K. It's a $1.5 million account. It's just Fidelity has these rules with IRAs that once you have some sort of violation, you day trade too much, they like block you and shit. Okay, here we go. Rocket Lab near the high of the day. All right. I think what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do at 660? Let's go back and look at the daily chart. So 660. I think you're gonna get a pullback. 640 now, so you're gonna get a pullback at 660. Probably makes sense to take some off the table at 660. Again, it's a little trickier for me because what could happen is 660, you get blocked, you move down, to find the support level, and then it goes back up, retests it, breaks it. Once I'm out for the day. I can't get back in. Well, I can a little bit. I have some room with settled cash. I can only use my settled cash. So maybe I'll take a little bit off the table at 660 and look for a reentry. Oh my gosh, how much could I have sold those EBS call options for if I didn't sell them all? Let's see. Wow, I sold them at like 210 and now they're 260. Whatever. All right. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, that was a lot to say. I gave 2 targets. I'm like, we're gonna break the 50, go to the 20. Like, you wanted me to hold more than that? That was 2 MAs. Like, technical analysts don't predict shit like that.
No.
That only happens at story trading. Like, I can't be too greedy. All right, let's be happy with that.
I just took some profits off the table for
Rocket Labs.
Yeah, these I mean, I was up over 100% on them. So.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, you're on 0 DTE. Yeah, DTE.
Yeah.
DTE days to expire. Yeah, it is DTE. Okay. Yeah, I'm up 58%. I'm in next week's. And I'm wishing I had a lot. Look, this is how often does our number 1 pick of the day just explode? It's just crazy. Pretty often. It's insane. Skills, so you'll pick up what the top pick of the day is going to be.
Wow, I'm almost at 200% now with the remaining.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man. All right, let's see. My next week's, I average up for 51 cents. They're now 85 by 90. So I'm close to 100% on those.
Nice.
Now my target was 660. We're at 655. Okay, I think I gotta do something here.
If you're in this play, I would start looking to take some off the table.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think we're close to our target. All right. I got I'm selling half of my common shares right now. Oh,
yeah, good move.
12. Okay. Selling half of my common shares. Oh, come on, man. I hate Fidelity. Jesus. Oh, sorry. Excuse my language. All right. 657. All right. We're at our target. I have to sell some of these call options too. I got no choice. I got to do it. All right. Let's sell. Oh, it's 100% gain anyway. I got to do it. Let's see. All right. Let's hope I get a good fill. I just did it at market. Close to 100%. So 51 cent entry, 95%, 95 cent exit, close to 100% of Rocket Lab. Sold half of them. Let's see. Do I have any settled cash? I have a little. Yeah, I can re-enter a little bit. I got some settled cash, but now it's trying to go over the 660 level. So 663 breaking over this key level. What was next? Can you check my trade card? What did I say after 660?
You
said like
729 and then 805.
I did?
Yeah.
It's 729. Where the heck did I find 729? Oh, must have been these daily candles. Hold on. 660. 729. Where the hell did I get 729 from? Hold on. Are you sure that's what I said?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Rocket Labs, what did I say? Breakout target of 729. Oh, 729 to 805. I put a range on the breakout. 729 to 805 is the range. Where the heck did I get 729 from? It must have been. Honestly, I don't know where the heck I got that. But okay. Anyway, 805 is the top of my range. It doesn't look like I'm getting a pullback to get back in. And look at this. Look at EBS too. Oh my lordy lord. Our top pick's on fire again today. 675. It's 9:46. By the way, I got to put a note up. We are interviewing the CEO of Game. They're a sponsor of Story Trading. Helps us keep the lights on and do this. For me, all the trading I do is in my retirement account. I can't take it out. So I need cash flow to live. I get cash flow from subscriptions at our Discord and also from sponsors, corporate sponsors. So Game, corporate sponsor of what we do. It's Story Trading. They released earnings 2 days ago. We'll be interviewing the CEO. They acquired FAZE, the esporting company, several months ago. So we'll be talking about that and their earnings report coming up at just 10 a.m. And then right after the interview, Rhett, you can take a little break. I don't get a break. After the interview, I'll bring you back on. We'll continue till 11 a.m. with the live trading. Look at Rocket Labs rocketing up. Remember when I wrote the trade card this morning? I'm like, I just wrote the best freaking trade card on Rocket Labs. I'm like, I'm buying more just because after I read what I wrote, I got like pumped.
Oh yeah.
In fact,
I just got filled more for 314%. So.
Oh, beautiful. I hope you're saving some screenshots. I don't have time to do that. Rocket Lab is a rocketing. Better than ASTS today. All right. So, unfortunately, I didn't get a pullback after that 660. And I don't think I want to chase it. So, I have 10 contracts. And look at this thing. It's just going to go, man. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. I got it. Let's say so average is 50 cents. They're now at $1.30. Okay. This is fun. Okay, you've got Sega and EBS. I'm out of those. All right. TNXP, losing on that. And Rocket Labs, their focus of the day. Doing great. Pick the right number one pick. Look at that. 6.95. By the way, if you want to join us every morning, again, storytrading.com/Discord. $7 now. $7. Where's their next exit? I know I said 729 for our next exit.
729 to 805.
Yeah, what do you see though?
Hold on, let me go on a figured time frame. Probably said. Okay, I see where you said the 7.
Did we
probably get some at?
What's the title? We didn't change the title of this. Oh my gosh, the title of this is not. It should be Rocket Lab trading. Rocket Lab live plus game CEO interview. That's what it should have said from the beginning. What am I doing? Had the wrong title here. I'm like,
so these it's right there. 702.
Can you just check on Twitter if that title changed? Wow, look at EBS.
Says pre-market prep, live trading, and game CEO.
Oh, we screwed up that title.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How did that happen? Thought I had a different title.
Sure. But
all right. Well,
are you still in
What's that?
Are you still in Rocket Labs?
Just yeah, I mean, yeah, not all. I mean, I did 20 call options. I sold half of them. I did a couple thousand shares, 2,500 shares, sold half of those. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the next target to sell a little bit more, and then hopefully get a big dip. Let's get the 5 minutes. I can't believe EBS blew past this 20 DMA. The RSI is very low. I think I noted in the trade card it could blow past it, but again, I don't know.
Check out TSSI.
Nothing special right now.
Still's nice though.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's going to be a $5-6 in a week or so, I think.
What's that? Oh.
All right, we got a little bit of life now in TNXP. Starting to move here. I mean, at some point, the sentiment of SIGA and EBS, excuse me, being up so much is, going to drag this up. So I'm not looking to make money on this. I got in at 58 cents, just looking at sell that one at a right price here. And let's see. Just got an alert on TNXP. Yeah. Nice. 51 cents. All right, you know what? I gotta put a limit order in because I'm gonna be doing that show soon with the game CEO. So that's gonna interrupt us for a half hour or so. So let me put in a limit order on TNXP. This point, I'm not even trying to make money on that. We made really good money today on Rocket Labs and EBS. So if I can get out at break even, I'm going to call that a victory on TNXP. All right.
Take some screenshots to put in the post your gains chat.
Oh, you got some nice screenshots on Rocket Labs?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
400%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a good place. I'm fully out of the position. I got out around, I think my average for the in total was like almost 300%. So it's not bad.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I did also pick up a tranche for the long term, as I was saying. So checking out with everyone who I trust. So this could be a real inflection, and we can have a multi-day run. So I'm keeping a little bit longer term on Rocket Labs.
Just going back up to test this. Yeah. The other level I marked is 723, so keep that in mind, guys. SPY's moving up nicely today.
Look at Rocket Labs go. If it while I'm doing the interview, if Rocket Labs hits our other secondary targets, look at this, up 20%. If it hits our secondary targets today, you just make sure to drop a note. Drop a note to our Discord community to know to take them off the table. I think it's entering our target range. Was it 729 to 805 was the target range? Yeah, it's entering that target range. Let's see, how much are these options now? $1.35. Got in at 50 cents this morning. They're $1.35 now. Number one pick of the day, baby. It's not ASTS up 13%. Rocket Labs up 20%. Only at Story Trading. Do you get that? Just before we go to our show, remind people, Rhett, do we have any promo codes or anything for people to join our Discord?
I think we have a few left. So, I mean, with the gains they made today, they can join the Discord community for only $14.99 for the entire month.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be market
How they do
win if
that?
you want to put that in there.
Market win.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
cap.
So head on over to storytrading.com/discord. There's a promo code market win, all caps. That's for the first month. TNXP, look at it go. Okay. So we are now T-minus 4 minutes until we bring in the CEO of GameSquare. Let's just quickly look at that chart. Oh, we forgot to talk about ERs, though we did Zim. Zim is on Monday. GameSquare had a decent reaction here. We'll talk about it. I was actually pretty impressed with the earnings. Better than I expected. So went up yesterday. It's holding its gains today. Rewalk Robotics had a big green candle. Did a little research on that. Shared that with the community last night. I interviewed the CEO of this company. I think it's Larry Jawinski or something like that. A couple years ago. Very interesting company. All right. So let's go back. We got a couple minutes left to keep an eye on these guys here. Hit 53 cents on TNXP. ASTS keeps on going. Wow. Oh my gosh. Is that going to outshine Rocket Labs? Okay.
That is just insane.
Yesterday we did great. 20% move on TSSI, but we got outshined by ASTS up 50%. Now we got another winner, our top pick of the day, Rocket Labs up 18%. Imagine if ASTS is up 50% again. All right. Like, we're doing great here, but man, ASTS, that's crazy. Wow. And this baby, 362. I said we got close yesterday. I'm still saying it. I'm not giving up on my target. That's your first target. This thing, like, quick story on this one. On yesterday morning, before we start the interview here with GameSquare, TSSI, it trades over the counter. So there's no pre-market trading. And I had expected the stock to gap up. We have a nice video on it, actually. But in any case, I was prepared to buy TSSI on a gap open as high as $3.62. And in fact, I put my orders in at like $3, or maybe even had $3.19, and I filled at $2.90. And then we bought the gap fill at $2.70. I got to the low of the day. We gave an alert to our community. But I was prepared to buy, if I had to, as high as $3.62 on the gap. Because if the stock was worth up to $3.62 before that earnings, it's surely worth at least $3.62 after those earnings. So from a fundamental perspective, I was willing to pay $3.62. And we just got lucky. We got lucky with a full gap fill, and it's heading to 362. And after it does, you're never going to see that level again, in my opinion. Rocket Labs pulling back. You took a full profit on that. I took a half profit on that. So whatever happens here in the next half hour, we're fine. We're in the money for today. All right. And with that, let me turn my screen share off. Rhett, I'm going to say goodbye to you. I'll have you back on after the interview if you're still available.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay. And we're going to reset here. Give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready. That means you're ready. All right, great. So I'm going to play a little bit of intro music here so we can edit this part out later, and we'll get started right now. Welcome to Story Trading. We got Justin Kenna here, CEO of GameSquare Holdings. A special interview with GameSquare. GameSquare is a sponsor of Story Trading. Thank you, Justin, for supporting everything we do. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here, Ben.
Awesome. Great to have you. So I was following FAZE, F-A-Z-E, for some time the last couple of years. I was interested in it because I like to look at what the kids are doing. When you look for the best investments, the smartest thing to do is kind of look like right in front of you, under your nose, like what's going on that's becoming popular with the younger generation. And oftentimes those turn out to be the best investments. So I had my eye open about it. His 13 or 14 now, 14-year-old nephew, was like, yeah, esporting FaZe. So I heard about FaZe, and then I'm like, oh, they're publicly traded. So I had my eyes open, looking at FaZe for a while, and it turns out, Justin, GameSquare bought FaZe, and I guess you were the CFO of FaZe. So let's just start there before we get into background of esports. Let's just start with the story of your position at FaZe and that acquisition and how that's now GameSquare. Tell us the story about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a full circle moment for me personally. I was the CFO of FaZe, as you mentioned. Started at FaZe when there was around 8 people working out of the house. Excuse me, being a little under the weather this week, Ben. But we took FaZe from what was this incredible gaming content business with a huge audience and raised around 60 million in debt and equity. Helped really build large commercial deals and really did sit at this intersection of pop culture. I left FaZe around 4 years ago. Had great relationships there. Was ready to kind of build my own thing. My focus within the space was really building more of a media platform, an end-to-end platform that could connect brands and game publishers with these huge.
So sorry to interrupt you. You left FaZe before GameSquare bought them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I left around 4 years ago prior to FaZe going public.
I see.
Yeah, so GameSquare was an RTO with an influencer agency in the UK in October of 2020. I joined as CEO in January 21. So, had around, was doing around 3 million in annualized revenue, had around 8 staff, similar to FaZe, and, really grew that to what today is north of 200 staff, looking at 100 million in revenue within sort of 4 years. But, we were looking at FaZe as a real opportunity. Obviously understand how powerful that brand is, and definitely thought that we had the right model to actually be able to monetize it. We didn't think that was being done. In a short period of time since acquiring it, we've been able to triple viewership and really re-engage the brand. Now we've got a number of sort of large 7-figure deals in the pipeline and really starting to monetize it. And yeah, we've got things really on track.
I saw, I don't know if the large 7-figure deals, is one of them the NFL deal that was announced like 3 weeks ago or so?
No, so the NFL deal is actually in our owned and operated sort of IP business within the GameSquare events business. It's definitely a business that's growing really quickly. We're really excited about that one. Kicking off the NFL Creator Series this year with the NFL for the upcoming season at Thanksgiving in Dallas, which is an exciting one for us. Obviously, close to home with Jerry Jones being our biggest investor and shareholder. Right. Will also be. I
don't know if people caught that. That's pretty interesting. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, is the biggest investor of your company?
He is. Yeah, he's been a great supporter. Continues to participate in all of our financings. He's actually represented on the board by Tom Walker, who's the CFO of the Dallas Cowboys and the Jones family.
Wow. How did that connection come about? Was there like a personal connection there, or how did he find you guys?
Yeah, so the Jones family are very closely connected with another billionaire Texas family, the Goffs. John Goff actually heard me on a podcast talking about GameSquare and what I was trying to build. At the time, they owned Complexity Gaming. They reached out to me. Took a little while, and we finally got there. We did a deal to acquire Complexity Gaming out here in Texas. And since then, we've actually been able to, what I would say is an upgrade, sell Complexity and acquire FaZe Clan, which, you mentioned it before, Ben, but at one point, less than 18 months ago, was trading north of $1 billion, and we're able to acquire it for $14 million of stock. So we see a lot of opportunity there.
Wow, 14 million. And what kind of revenue run rate does FaZe have right now?
Yeah, so FaZe the business, we actually split it into 2 main assets. FaZe Esports, which we actually have a massive match going on right now in Cologne in Germany with our Counter-Strike team. So hopefully I'll straight after this interview, I'll be tuning into that one. FaZe Esports sort of revenue, if you think about 100 million as sort of the base revenue for GameSquare this year, the esports business around 12 to 15% of that, and FaZe Media is around sort of 25 to 30% of that. I think that the biggest thing that we're proud of not only is sort of the rebrand, the relaunch, and the engagement with viewership and fandom. But it's also the cleanup on cost. From a business perspective, at one point last year, FaZe was burning around $5 million a month. We've got that down to less than $1 million very quickly. We only acquired.
That was impressive. That was impressive, Justin. I had a note here to talk about that. I was very impressed by your press release and the conference call with the amount of cost cutting you were able to do, and the focus that you guys have on profitability was really smart. And from an execution, it's not maybe not just about being smart, but your focus is in the right place, execution wise, because it's been a very tough environment for micro caps, small caps, any company that might need money to grow that's not cash flow positive yet. And what you're doing to cut those costs and try to get to profitability. And just I saw on the conference call, you mentioned that. You're like, I know the market cares about it. And you're right, man. The last 2 or 3 years have been very tough for any company that might need access to capital. And I was very, very impressed with the job you guys have done cutting costs. So where are you with that? Give us a status update on where you are right now with your operating loss run rate, your cash position, and your drive to get to profitability.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate that, Ben. I think part of the FaZe transaction and getting that done was, I think everybody's heard the sexy story, and that's great. And it's real and the brand's real. But how do we mitigate risk here, and how do we give ourselves real runway? And step one was pulling out cost. And we've done a really good job of that with, when we started talking to FaZe, they had 100 staff, it's down to 30. They were working out of a warehouse costing, roughly $200,000 a month. That's down to $30,000 a month, and the list goes on. So yeah, in terms of sort of runway and burn, our cash at 30 June was around 14 million. We actually received the second tranche of the deal we did with FaZe Banks yesterday. So that was a $4.75 million amount coming into the bank. So, obviously 14 million at 30 June plus 4.75. Let the viewers at home do the math, but we're in a pretty strong cash position. Burn's really important, like you said. So our adjusted EBITDA loss for Q2 was a loss of 5.4 million. Still work to do, but I think it's trending really well. And that is year on year pro forma. It was $10 million last year, so really chunky improvement year on year. But quarter on quarter, so Q1 pro forma was a $2.5 million improvement. We expect that, if not better, again, which gives you, a really good runway to getting to sort of break even profitability by Q4. Like you said, we have a real ruthless pursuit of getting to profitability. We know that the market's tired of hearing the sexy story.
Yeah.
We're glad we have that with the brand of FaZe and the infrastructure at GameSquare. But, make no mistake, profitability is key here. And we've got runway to get there.
That's not too far. Break even profitability. Are you talking about the end of the quarter run rate? Or are you saying full quarter Q4, you're targeting break even profitability?
Correct. Full quarter Q4, break even profitability. Again,
Wow.
I think if you do the math, there's more costs coming out, and we'll see continued improvement there. The back half of the year, not only seasonally, if you look through historically, it's sort of 60-40 on seasonality. The back half's a bit stronger, but we expect that growth to come from our agency and our IP businesses, which yield higher margins. So we expect margins to grow. Continued cost improvement, probably not as dramatic on the cost side as it's been Q1 to Q2, but continued improvement, greater margin growth. And I would look at that as that continued sequential improvement on adjusted EBITDA to get us there in Q4.
Well, that is pretty impressive. Hopefully, in addition to execution, there'll be a macro tailwind, right? Maybe interest rates will finally go down, and it'll help out smaller companies like yourself, although not so small anymore. You're talking about $100 million revenue run rate. That's not small. So this is nice potential valuation, profitability in the time frame you're talking about. That's really good news, really good report. I just want to go back and mention that the NFL and the Jerry Jones, the Cowboys, it's very interesting. We put a couple tweets out there in the last week or so, and one of those tweets got like millions of views. It was like the NFL. People are like, their eyes popping, like NFL, like GameSquare doing a deal with the NFL. So hopefully that's going to translate into good fundamentals for you. But there is a lot of interest in the NFL deal, and probably also with the Cowboys connection. You guys are making connections in the right places. Let me ask you about. I had a curiosity of my own. I'm not into sports betting at all. That's a very popular. See DraftKings out there, and there's other big competitors to that. That's a huge sector. Tell us a little bit about esports. All right, so it's people sitting there. Tell me if I got anything wrong. Like they're playing video games on YouTube or live streaming, wherever platforms they use, and there's like teams. Right, you got like the FAZE. That's a team. So, is there also a betting aspect to that, or is that a business you can get into?
Yeah, no, there is absolutely, and just sort of a really quick refresher for those at home that aren't as familiar. FaZe Media and FaZe Esports, the two core differences are the talent and the creators within FaZe Media. They're online and they're streaming, and they are, many of them are gaming. It's real in real live content. Very engaging, etc. On the FaZe Esports side, as you were mentioning, Ben, they are competitive teams. They travel the world. They compete in big tournaments. We are over in the Middle East currently competing at the Esports World Cup, which has $60 million of prize money. These prize pools are enormous and they're growing. And the esports side is more akin to a traditional sports financial model. On the betting side, absolutely. Counter-Strike, which is one of our biggest games on the FaZe side, that has an enormous market when it comes to gambling online. You mentioned DraftKings. It's a funny one. We were able to actually bring in Matt Kalish, who's the founder of DraftKings, as a partner into FaZe Media. So, I'm on the board of FaZe Media with FaZe Banks and also Matt Kalish. Matt and I speak regularly. Wow. We are looking at some exciting opportunities there between FaZe Media and DraftKings. So stay tuned there. And then on the FaZe Esports side, we actually do have.
Just make news. Oh, stay tuned there, guys. DraftKings and Game Square. Stay tuned.
Nothing set in stone yet, but obviously with the partnership there's some exciting opportunities. So we'll continue to look at that and pursue the market. When it comes to esports, we actually have a deal in place with Rollbit. Our Counter-Strike team are actually based over in Europe. They have a huge audience sort of through Eastern Europe and so forth. So we have a deal with Rollbit over there. And the gambling market is enormous. We are always sort of pursuing that market, and there's a lot of opportunity for partnerships and content and continuing to grow through those sort of avenues.
All right, sounds good. Got a couple more topics here. So let's see, which one do we want to hit first? I want to get your vision for what. Okay, maybe you answer it the way you want, whether it's a personal question or a corporate question. But what's your vision, ultimate vision for GameSquare success and your role in that? Meaning, do you have a particular valuation you want to get to in financials? What's your exit plan personally? So whether you want to answer that again from a personal perspective or a company perspective, what's your vision and your ultimate goal with what you're doing here at the helm?
Yeah, I'll talk about it from a company perspective firstly, but happy to sort of touch on both. I've talked openly about building $1 billion business, and I very much believe that. Hard to kind of imagine today with our market cap, but I think if we were in the private markets, our valuation would be vastly different than where it sits today. And I think that we are a market leader in our industry. And I do think, like you touched on before, as we get some macro headwinds, we will get a real re-rating. So I want to build $1 billion business, but more importantly, I want to be the market leader when it comes to building a next generation media company. And that really is owning the eyeballs of the next generation and being a market leader for game publishers and tier one brands as they enter this market and try to connect directly with youth audience. That really is the goal. We believe we can become $1 billion company, and we are, again, ruthlessly pursuing profitability.
What's your time frame? How long do you think it will take to achieve that goal?
Yeah, well, it's a moving beast, I guess, with where we sit today and where the.
Did we lose Justin? Hold on. I think we lost Justin for a second. We'll give him a chance to reconnect. 1 second. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We'll cut this out of the interview while we wait for Justin. Right, I'm just throwing you back on the screen.
Sounds good.
All right, we're just waiting for Justin to reconnect his video and audio. What's been going on since we've been doing that interview?
Nothing much. I mean, we had a little bit of a pullback on.
Wow, EBS. Holy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hit our 20 DMA target and I got out. I should have stayed in.
Still made a profit though, so.
All right, we'll be back with that game CEO interview. I'm sure he'll be back. Justin's just reconnecting. We'll continue where we left off. So, wow. Yeah, still made a nice profit, close to 100% on those.
Yeah, then
call
Palantir
options.
just hit 32, so.
Wow.
It's another
Nice.
good.
Rocket Labs maybe starting to get to trying to find a spot where you can get a pullback entry. Maybe.
Yeah, look at the pullback on ASTS. That's what I want you to check out.
Oh, that may be why. Well, you know, I'm still going to be more interested in Rocket Labs.
Yeah, me
today.
too.
So, pullback support entries starting to maybe form here on Rocket Labs. Here, let me just. His power just went out. Oh. All right, we'll have to see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're right again on Dell.
Yeah, top 5 pick again, and now Mew. Mew is doing even better. Look at that.
Man, when did you call out Dell? You called it out at 92. Was that
Monday morning?
Yeah,
It was Monday morning. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. The open 92. Yeah. 92, and I gave targets up here of like 115. Yeah.
110 to 120. Then you said you changed it to 115. I mean, we're closing in on those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, right now, like 115 to 125 would be the target range. 115 to 125. Yeah. Just. I can join my phone. All right, so we'll have the CEO of GameSquare back on in just a few minutes, and we'll continue where we left off.
Sounds
We're
good.
talking about his vision for the company and his exit strategy. Okay. Okay, Rocket Labs, great. Rocket Labs on the 5-minute, I think this might be a buy opportunity right here, right now, at $6.44. It's also like the pre-market high. I like it right here. Let me see. Can I? Let me see if I can get it. Let's see. Oh, but I have to pay too much to do that. I bought those options at 50 cents. I don't want to buy them at $1. All right, maybe what I'll do is get back into some common shares. I still have some settled cash I can play with. Okay. All right. Just added some Rocket Lab common shares here. But like, I think this is a great spot, but do I really want to pay $1 for call options that I bought at 50 cents this morning?
I don't know. That's a hard one. I would I would sit on the sidelines.
Yeah. Let's see. What if I go different strike? These are expensive now. Got them nice and cheap. Yeah, is ASTS? It's impacted by that too. So you got to follow the charts. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna get a few. Still a smaller position than what I had this morning. All right. These are the 650s for next week. Very expensive. Just added a few here at 98 cents. But EBS, the big winner of the day. Wow. Can you believe it?
No, I didn't.
Pull out the trade card. What did I say about any possible moves over 10, the 20 DMA? Did I say that could happen? Let's see what I said. EBS, technicals, the price target may come quickly this morning or even in pre-market, but it'll probably plenty of entry ops throughout the day. I was wrong about that. Not plenty of entry ops throughout the day, just gap and go. Yeah. EBS, target 1028, gap and go, exceeded our expectations, and we didn't get back in. Out at 1020, 1028. All right, we'll see if our little Shitco Lotto can pull it out for us. And Rocket Labs, how to do off of that level. It bounced right off that 20 MA line. TSSI looking gorgeous. Look at that, baby. 362 plus. I think that can come today. All right, let me take off this little thing here. We'll go join our Discord. And we're waiting for Justin Kenna, CEO of GameSquare. He had a power issue. Power went out, maybe some storms or something in his area. So he lost power. He's trying to join by his phone right now. It's a great interview. I have 2 or 3 more topics I want to touch on.
I would probably remind him to go through Google Chrome on his phone.
Oh, on StreamYard?
Yeah, because you have issues on the other platform.
Google Chrome. You can actually come in the studio if you do that?
Well, I mean, on my computer, if I use Safari, it doesn't let me. It always gives me a bunch of issues and it's lagging and stuff. So
I didn't even know you can come into the studio from a phone. Okay. So I passed that message along here to the back channels. I'll have a nice editing job. I'll have to do the video here.
No, it's
all right. Rocket Labs bouncing beautifully. Hopefully it's going to hold off this 5-minute 20 MA. TNXP starting to look really good. Should I let this one ride? I mean, I made great money today on EBS and Rocket Labs, and
you have a small position in it.
I'm up on TSSI. It's it's like 1%.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe.
Or I mean, You can always cut them.
Honestly, it's not that tiny because if I'm looking at the portion of my account that I actually trade, the higher risk portion of my account, then we're talking about a position size of 5%. It's a 5% position. Yeah, it's always a 5% position. It's just like when you're looking at SIGA and EBS up so much, it's given me a little bit of hope that TNXP can really break out. So what would can it get to that pre-market high? I mean, that's a lot to ask for. Huh?
Is that able to work for him or no to get back in?
I'm hearing he's having a tough time. So
here, let me try to join this way.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna go. I got in at 58 cents. I'm gonna go 59.99, right before the psychological level of 60 cents. It's already 54 cents now. Wow, from 40 cents. 40 cents, 55 cents. Oh, what's up, Brett? Is that from Google?